to shut up later. Hey y'all, what's up? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Uh-oh, let me do this. Okay, there we go. What's going on, Fly Girl Speaks? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for letting me know you can hear me. Hey, Angie B. What up, dude? What up, though, with Queen Shit? What it do? What it do? What's up? I'm gonna give a little time for the people to come in here because I done tried to go live 3 times this morning. And it was not being favorable to me. Hey, Effie. Hey, Charlene. Yes, good morning, ting, 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 ting. I'm echoing? I don't know why am I echoing. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, do you guys hear an echo? Oh, you know you're going to always have to close your door, baby. You're going to always have to close that door. Am I echoing for anybody else? I don't hear the echo on this end. Let me see. Close that door. Am I echoing for anybody? Yeah, I don't hear an echo. Now, if you just briefly heard me, that was me using my cell phone to double check. You may want to go out and come back in, Fly Girl Speaks. Let me make it. It's not me. Now let me make it. Let me make it as wild. Let me make it as wild. Okay. Hey, ham sandwich. Okay, not on my end. Okay, good. All right, listen, y'all. Y'all come on up in here. Come on up in here. We got to talk. Come on up in here. Come on in the room. I have some thoughts on Phaedra, Quad, and Heavenly. I have some thoughts on the Dr. Melody Shere Rogers stuff. I have some thoughts on Marty Mar. I have some thoughts on Erica Mena and Safari. So yeah, y'all come on up in here. Let's talk. It's Friday. It's Friday, and we glad about it. It's Friday, and we glad about it. What? I gotta grow up. All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning. I am on my second cup of coffee because, y'all, I ain't had no sleep in about 48 hours. Jesus. But that's okay. Because your boy got to work. Got a lot of stuff to do. Which is what I'm doing at the same time. I'm alive. All right. Hey, TK. Hey, Sweet Pea. Hey, Pacino. What it do? Okay, listen, y'all. Sweet Pea just reminded me, okay? If you ain't got your tickets to the brunch, I really don't know what you're waiting on. But you might want to go ahead and use the sale while you have the sale. Okay, that's DC. DC, use the sale, the go-go sale right now before it expires. It expires at midnight tonight. Okay, so use that code while you have the opportunity. Atlanta, your pre-sale tickets are available as well. And y'all's tickets are actually pretty low for Atlanta. So y'all make sure y'all hop on those. If you would like to use Klarna, you can use that via the website, okay? You can head over to our website, scan that QR code, and you should be able to use Klarna there, okay? All right, now. Okay, on Sunday, we will be around there on TikTok. All right, again, congratulations to 7th Avenue Beauty and Melody Shere for partnering with Goalie Radiance and Wellness, 7th Avenue Beauty teams up with Goldie TikTok Live. It's going to be really dope, okay? It's going to be really, really dope. New products, giveaways from 7th Avenue. This TikTok is going to be 8 hours. And here's what I'm going to say. Y'all, I have heard the stuff that people have been saying about the TikTok and Mel teaming up with Goldie and all of this stuff. It comes from people who ain't doing shit, though. Let's just call a thing a thing. It comes from people who not out here doing nothing. You're not out here really working and trying to hustle and get to the bag. Y'all always, guys, I just find people who sit at their computer and talk all day. You're not doing nothing, honey. You're not doing nothing, but you let me just wrap my mind around it. It's 2024, and you're not doing nothing. But you got something to say about this lady? It's rich, it's interesting, and it's very rich, honey. I always wonder why people, who ain't doing none of that, you got so much to say. So again, the narrative, we're not gonna go with the narrative. I want to say congratulations again to Mel with her Goldie partnership. Goldie is really doing some good things with Black creators, and I'm so appreciative to be a part of the Goldie family. Okay, I am appreciative to be a part of the Goldie family, and I think that this is a huge thing. Goldie not only has been working with Black creators, they've been working with Black celebrities such as Kevin Hart, Mike Epps, Tabitha Brown. There are so many people that Goldie has been working with lately. So I'm not going to sit back and listen to nobody who really ain't doing nothing out here. We're not going to sit there and listen to them talk about this partnership in a way, and we don't see them partnering with nobody. I'm just saying, okay? So again, congratulations to Melody. Also, congratulations on the new products, okay? Congratulations on the new products. Now, listen, I don't have the picture on this device. Hey, Shirley. Hey, Kat. Hey, baby girl, 1981. Good morning, y'all. I don't have Melody's reunion look here on the screen, but I know that we've all seen it. And that blue is beautiful. The blue is beautiful. That is one of my favorite colors. It's in the family of the favorite colors when it comes to the blues. I love blues. So I was here for that. I'm here for the blue. I'm here for the blue. So Mel looks great. She looked fantastic. I don't think we've seen anybody else's looks. Sunny posted a picture where it looked like, I guess maybe she was sitting down or something like that. But I don't think we got a chance to see the full look. Typically with these people, Kimmy will post hers last minute. Tisha will post hers last minute. So we'll see what these looks are giving. You know what I'm saying? And also, let's just go ahead and call a thing a thing. There are going to be some people who do not like Mel's look, okay? Girl, why are we giving them any energy? Okay? I mean, okay, you don't like it. Okay, what's next? I'm pretty sure when somebody else's looks come out, I ain't gonna like them looks. So I'm not mad at nobody for saying they don't like Mel look. Like, okay, girl, whatever. You gonna have an opinion about the looks. We get it. I love the blue though. I love everything about it. Hey Yvette, good morning. I'm sure they don't want to post after Mel came through. Child. She do it every year though. Remember last year when she had on the silver dress with the big hair? She was the first one to come out with that. And they won't happy. They won't happy because she came out with her reunion look. Remember? And some of them didn't want to come out with that reunion look. And I don't blame them because y'all just go ahead and hire y'all a stylist. I know good and well, on Carlos King, ain't nobody running Jay Bolin a check. They can't afford Jay Bolin. So, I said it. They can't afford Jay Bolin. And, yes, I'm saying they can't afford Jay Bolin if they sending them to the reunion in Nissan Sentras. They don't even want to pay for an Uber Black for them people to go from the hotel to the studio and in which the reunion is being filmed, and we supposed to think that they gonna hire somebody to be a part of wardrobe, stylist. No, you will get your own. Get your own. Not everyone has style, or they're just hated. Yeah, but you know, my thing is this: who was in a Nissan? Okay, Big Queen shit. Maybe you don't remember. But was it last year or the year before? I think it was No, it was the year before. It was the reunion, not this past reunion, but the reunion before. That's when the whole cast was casting, okay? Everybody was beefing. But remember when Mel said that they tried to ask her driver to come through, because you remember at the beginning of the reunion, when they showed the reunion and they showed them pulling up in cars and all that kind of stuff, right? Well, truth be told, typically, you know, they get in the Uber and it don't be nothing but a Nissan Sentra, honey, missing a few hubcaps, and ain't no shame, because y'all already know. I already tell y'all all the time I appreciate my hoopty. I'm just saying. So he went around there and tried to finesse Mel's driver, and see Mel's driver had some loyalty to Mel, because he went right on in there to Mel and was like, or he called Mel on the phone and was like, this is what they trying to make me do. Mel asked him, how much was they trying to charge you? And we know Mel blessed that man. I know she did. But if I'm beefing with y'all, you think I'm gonna let you use my car service? I'm just asking. If y'all should have handled that before y'all got to LA. Y'all been doing it all this time when you supposed to have been coming to LA. Baby, there's no way that you think you're gonna get and use my you ain't gonna get to use my doggone car service. Not at all. It was all of them, though. It was all of them. It wasn't just the Scots. Basically, what they was trying to do was, Mel showed up in a black car. They wanted the rest of the cast to be shown up in a black car. They were already there. They just wanted to shoot in with Mel's driver, and it didn't work out that way at all. They always asking her for something. Yeah, like that year, the tension was high. That's the year that the tension was high from all angles. And I told y'all back then, I think that was the same reunion that Tisha had that puppet. I told y'all then, I said, interestingly enough, after that reunion was over, they said, Mel, come take pictures. Let's take pictures. Girl, I don't. No. Now, okay, so I have something interesting that I want to talk about now, okay? I'm going to come back to Love and Marriage Huntsville because I got something that I feel like is very interesting. I'm going to call out the Broch chat, okay? The Broch chat is another, yes, the 30-inch bust down. Yes. Hey, IPV, I want to talk about something concerning Love and Marriage Huntsville in just a moment. I'm going to talk about the Broch chat, okay? The Broch chat is another blog type site. They're on Instagram and YouTube, and you know they talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. And interestingly enough, y'all, we're gonna play the audio. Mitch, don't get me. This is just fair commentary. But the people gotta hear what's going on. So we're gonna talk about that in a minute. Let's move over here briefly to Safari and Erica, and then I want to move to Karen Huger, and then I'm gonna move to I feel like I'm missing somebody. Let's talk about Karen Huger first. Y'all, Karen Huger, I love the granddaughter. I do. But just like we went in on Maurice about that doggone DUI, Karen gonna get it too. Okay? My thing with Karen is you the granddaughter, baby. There should never be a reason at this point. I don't care how much grief you go through. I don't care about none of that stuff. You should not B. Yeah, they did post something about Love Marriage Hospital. We're going to get to it in a minute. You the grandon, baby. Call your car service. What are we doing? Why are we getting behind the wheel? Karen is 60. Karen was 60 at the time that happened. Okay? Karen was 60 at the time that happened. Karen, you too old for this. I get it. Granted, your grief does come in all stages, forms. Grief comes. Let me be quiet for YouTube try to take down my channel. However, Karen, it makes absolutely no sense, ma'am, what you doing. It don't make no sense to me, Karen. Okay, so yesterday I did a video where we talked about Karen wanting to suppress the evidence because she says that the police illegally searched her. Okay? Here we go, Karen. Well, the courts denied her motion. Okay? The courts denied her motion. So let's get into it really quick. Okay, so this is coming from People Magazine, and I will put it in the description box of this video. And I actually put it on the updated video that I did yesterday about Karen. So it says, Real Housewives of Potomac Karen Huger's request to dismiss DUI case denied due to illegal search while detained. Okay, so let's get into it. So it says the judge has denied Karen Huger's request for the dismissal of her DUI case. This is where I say she doesn't take any accountability. Again, you could have hurt someone. You could have definitely hurt yourself. This ain't no game. Listen, y'all, my grandfather was killed by a drunk driver. Come on, man. I don't do it. Y'all get y'all car service. And if you don't got enough money to get you a car service, find you something else to do. Kick it at the house. Remind me, can somebody put in the comments, Jazelle versus Nene? Can somebody put that in the comments so I don't forget it? Somebody put that in the comments real quick so I can pin it to the top. Do that for me really quick, and then I'm going to get into this. Somebody put Jazelle versus Nene in the comments so I don't forget. I'll talk about that too. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dark Chucker. I appreciate it. Okay, because I'm going to get to that in just a minute. Okay, so it says, according to motion obtained by People, the Real Housewives of Potomac star 61 filed paperwork on July the 11th to suppress statements and evidence from her DUI arrest after claiming that she incriminated herself during a custodial interrogation without being read her Miranda rights. The motion claims that Huger argued that the evidence seized in this case was obtained as a result of an illegal search and seizure. The defendant was told that she was not free to leave. Huger's lawyers wrote, I appreciate y'all. Y'all so dope. Huger's lawyers wrote, she was not read her Miranda warnings because they're basically saying, based off of the criminal charges against her, and at the time, she didn't need her Miranda rights written. Now, this is coming from a judge, y'all. On July the 25th, a judge submitted a response denying the request, stating that based on the past Supreme Court cases, Huger's roadside investigation did not require her to be read Miranda rights. The defendant's statements were not obtained as a result of her custodial interrogation because some of her statements were made while emergency medical services personnel were treating the defendant for potential injuries, the ruling read. And it says that the defendant's statements made during this time were free and voluntary and were stated out loud while in the presence of police officers. Karen is going to be on the defense. I don't like this, though, because Karen, it's like, and I get it. When you have a team of lawyers, your lawyers are supposed to do whatever is best for you. That's the purpose in paying them. That's the purpose in them representing you. That's the purpose in all of that. But Karen, girl, you have to take some accountability. You should not have been driving under the... When she said in that episode with Jazelle, when her and Jazelle were sitting down at that table, and she said, and I even said this on the Shade Room, in the Shade Room comments, when Karen said, I just cannot wait for everything to come out. Girl, Karen, you too old for this. I'm sorry. I love the grandma. She too old for this, bro. She too old for this. Additionally, statements made after the defendant was examined by the EMS personnel were not obtained as a result of a custodial interrogation because the defendant's subsequent statements were made while the defendant was temporarily detained pursuant to a traffic stop, it added. It says that the defendant's statements should not be suppressed and the defendant's motion to suppress should be denied. Okay? So, Karen, the motion to suppress was denied. And I'm going to be very honest. I don't wish no jail time or nothing on Karen. I don't. Which is why, girl, you got to take some accountability. Because she actually has a criminal trial coming up in December. I don't want to see Karen go to no jail or get in no serious trouble behind this. But also, we not making no excuses for you because, again, right, it's not her first DUI. It's not. Y'all are so right. It's not her first. This is her second one. Absolutely. Not only that, though, y'all. Not only that. She wasn't just charged with the DUI. Karen had 6 charges. 2 of the charges included her not changing her address within 30 days and her not registering her vehicle. Karen is too old for this, y'all. Come on, you the grand dame. Why you ain't changed your address? Why haven't you? Come on, Karen. I agree, Shirley. I agree. Yeah, I agree. I'd rather her do counseling. I'd rather her do community service, something of that sort. I would hate to see the grand dame go to jail. But you just got to be careful with stuff like this. You got to be careful with stuff like this. She is up against the lie. And I just feel like, again, at this point, it's no excuses. It's no excuses. I very seldomly agree with Ashley. But I actually agree with Ashley in this situation. Karen, at your big age, this won't it. This won't it. And again, her lawyers are doing what is necessary. Because that's what your lawyers are supposed to do. Your lawyers are supposed to defend you. But, I don't know. Karen is 61 years old. And to me, there's no excuse for this. Girl, hold on a minute. I know Karen got $60 for a good Uber Black. Come on, man. You go everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it. I don't get it. She had blue eyes driving for her because of first DUI. Karen should have kept him and forget who was talking about her. But see, that be Karen thing, though. Again, I love the grand dame, but that be Karen thing. Because she is not fully transparent, like she lied and said she was on Watch What Happens Live, because that is not true. She was like, I'm always fully transparent. No, you're not, Karen. Let's just call it thing a thing. And again, I know Karen. I mean, I love Karen. But let's call it thing a thing. You do not. You do not. I can't wait until Saturday. I already know what I want. Me too, honey. Me too. And it is $5 Fridays, y'all. Hey, bless the ketchup. Bless the ketchup. What? Okay. Interlock, not jail, but okay, not jail, but an interlock device. I'm down with that too. Hey, Glam Rocks. Hey, boo. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Hey, Terry. I agree, Gloria. That's what I'm saying. Karen had enough money to call her Uber Black. Karen had enough money to call her Uber Black. This ain't no game, Karen. You too old for this. Listen, if I didn't get a chance to speak to y'all, please don't charge it to my, I see Karen Marrell up. We got to stop real quick. And then I'm going to get on Jazelle and Nene. Y'all, yesterday evening, I was around there in Karen Marrell chat. And Karen Marrell happened to put up a photograph of Meech, Big Meech, and some sweatpants. And Big Meech was When I say we had a time over there with Cameron Real yesterday talking about meat, we had us a time, you hear? Cause baby, I had came in the chat late and I said, run that back. Let me run that back, cause I'm trying to see what I'm trying to see. Let me see that meat, big meat. Let me see that big meat there. Moose Nugs, let me tell you, he got a monster, okay? He got a monster. And I'm with Caramel Rail. That meat was over there doing sit-ups and push-ups around there, okay? He had to get some strength from somewhere because that thing was hanging in them pants. And I don't know if y'all done seen this viral dance that is going around now. But it's like these men, they be in sweats or gym shorts, honey, with no drawers on, you know, swinging they meet back and forth, babe. If he was to do something like that, it would be dangerous. I think his own meat will knock him out, okay? Child, I'm trying to tell you, Big Beach, come around here. Come around here. We had a time yesterday. That was so funny. We had a time. Baby, I got a great sweatpants fetish. It's okay. Don't tell nobody. That's between us, okay, and us only, okay? Yes, I love to see a good meat swinging in some sweatpants, dude. Dude. Show dude. What's up, Snatch by Diego? Yes, I wanted to join the trend, but my mama followed me. Oh, well, Snatch by Diego, you can't join that trend then. Ooh, you can't join that trend then. Okay, so let's talk about Jazelle and Nene really quick. If you guys remember a couple weeks ago when Nene, I think it was during Emmys weekend. It was one of them award show. I think it was Emmys weekend, where Nene made her appearance back onto NBC Universal, right? Okay, if y'all can remember correctly, Karen was there. It was Emmy weekend. Karen was there, and Karen and Nene caught up with each other. Karen got out of the car. Nene hugged her. They was talking, and Nene made a comment like, fight Jazelle for me. She called Karen the B word. She was like, fight Jazelle for me, or this, that, right? Me, I did not take that as a literal threat that she wanted Jazelle beat up, okay? I did not take that as that. The internet, of course, ran with that. Oh my God, Nene just got back on TV. She's already making threats. She's always doing this. Actually, Jazelle looks better than Nene. And Jazelle this and Jazelle that. And Jazelle has this and Jazelle has this. And Nene is still over here begging for a job. And this and this and this and this and this. Right? Y'all really got to loosen up. Girl, the stuff that y'all should be worried about, y'all ain't worried about. You worried about Nene talking to Karen about fighting Jazelle when y'all know that they was drunk and having a good time. Nene was feeling herself. Let's call a thing a thing. The queen was feeling herself. So, in my opinion, not they trying to follow you, Snatch by Diego. They want you to do that. Snatch by Diego, it seems like the women's in here want you to do the challenge. Ooh. Hey, too. Oh, my, they trying to follow you. My Lord. So, again, I don't know why people were making a big deal. Well, Jazelle did an interview, and Jazelle said that she hadn't even asked Karen about it. And again, I don't think it was nothing to literally be up in arms about. It wasn't like, oh my God, like, but make sure you beat that, but. It wasn't like that. It was like they was laughing, kikiing, catching up, and going on about their business. It won't that deep. It won't that deep. Y'all be worried about the wrong thing. Things that when y'all need to be letting Karen have it about this DUI, you worried about Nene saying to beat up Jazelle. And we know good and well, it won't serious. So anyway, I had to bring that up because I'm still seeing this online and it's tired. Okay, let's move over to Married to Medicine really quick. Okay, Heavenly and Choir went live yesterday in Heavenly's Patreon. But a couple days ago, Phaedra was in an interview, and the interviewer asked her, did she revive The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and did she revive Married to Medicine? And the lady said she revived Married to Medicine. That's a lie, okay? And the proof is in the numbers, okay? So this is for all you that love Phaedra, okay? You can love Phaedra, but what we're going to do is tell the truth, okay? All right? You can love Phaedra all you want to, but what we're going to do is pull up these ratings and we're going to tell the truth, okay? Because she ain't revived nothing. And I really don't have an issue with Heavenly or Quad addressing it because it is the absolute truth. Let's keep a thing. Phaedra might have brought a few folks around there to Married to Medicine, but the people really watched Married to Medicine because of the Quad and Sweet Tea drama. Let's keep it a buck, bruh. Most people watch Married to Medicine because of the Quad and Sweet Tea drama. Now, I don't know Miss Parks. I don't know Miss Parks. I don't know Miss Parks. Let's look at these numbers. Season 9, episode 1 aired July the 10th of 2022 with 699,000 viewers. Episode 2, 659,000. 3, 740,000. Episode 4, 677,000. Episode 9, 666,000. Their reunions, the first part of the reunion came in at 830,000. The second part, 785,000. And the third part, 478,000. Their season average was about 680,000 viewers, right? All right, so let's move to season 10 that featured Phaedra Parks. Episode 1, season premiere, 603,000 viewers. Episode 2, 600,000 viewers. Episode 3, 540 viewers. Episode 4, 587,000 viewers. The season came in at an average of 580,000 viewers. Phaedra, what did you do for Married to Medicine exactly? Do anybody have a clue? Because I'm just saying, in the numbers are consistent. And honestly, if we're going to be speaking, I mean, season 10 was consistently lower than any of the past seasons have been. So again, I'm trying to figure out what exactly did Phaedra revive? You didn't revive anything. And I actually am with Quad. They revived your career because they pulled you over to the Married to Medicine knowing good and well you was going to lie about being married to a doctor or engaged to a doctor or dating a doctor. We knew that was going to happen. Again, y'all can love Phaedra, but the facts are the facts and numbers don't lie. Phaedra ain't do nothing for Married to Medicine numbers. I said it. And if you don't believe me, go watch the numbers for yourself. I'm trying to figure out where the revival at. Anyway, did she bring some of her followers? I will be very honest with y'all. Phaedra has a huge white fan base following. Let's call a thing a thing. Phaedra has a huge white fan base that follows her. A lot of them people weren't watching Married to Medicine, okay? They weren't. So what they thought was that if they bring Phaedra over, that they would be white. But Phaedra didn't bring anything. Phaedra had no storyline on this show. Phaedra had no storyline on Married to Medicine. Not one. The whole Dr. G stuff, like, girl, I don't care if she dated Dr. G. Who cares? I believe she did. I believe Phaedra lying about that, but hey, that's just me. That's just me. Phaedra did what she needed to do for her career. Exactly. I'm not mad at that either, Cece. Phaedra did do what was needed for her career. And Married to Medicine also brought your career up. Because before Married to Medicine, you weren't seen in anything besides these standalone shows like Traders, like Real Housewives, Ultimate Girl Trip. You were on those shows standing alone. You weren't on a recurring show that comes on every week. So you being on Married to Medicine, and don't get me wrong, to have 2 checks, 3 checks coming in right now is dope. Okay, you got your Dancing with the Stars. Okay, so we get it. I got all of that, and I would not doubt that she probably brought some people over there with her, but she didn't revive Married to Medicine. She did not. I have to call that a lie, a pure lie. I do, and I'm not mad at the cast for being offended by that, because you make it seem like if somebody just add you to their cast that you're going to come through and shake it all up. You didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing, mama, but lie about the fact that you was with a man that was a doctor. So, I'm not mad at Quad or Heavenly for speaking on that, because you know, people will get offended by the lies. So, there we have it. Okay. So, that's that about Phaedra and them, okay? Let's get into, what's the child's name? Erica, Mina, and Safari. And I'm going to keep this brief, because I'm kind of already tired, and I really want them to take us out the group chat, because we really, like, truth be told, I care, but I don't care, okay? Because the children are involved, and the children have to see this type of stuff, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Both of y'all are unhinged. Safari and Erica are both unhinged. But Safari, I think people would have really been on your side had you not, and most people, even on your side, know that you still toxic too. You know, we're not going to never take that away from him, okay? However, when it comes to Erica, I'm not making an excuse for Erica because she is a woman. Erica has shown behavior of being erratic, angry, all of that stuff outside of her children and her ex-husband. So we know that you're capable of doing it to people that you are close to. Y'all know Safari did a video on his YouTube channel, and he came out and said that he was getting ready to tell everything when it came to Erica and him. But then after he explains all of the bad things that happened, he then turns around and tells us that he done went back and had sex with this girl. That's crazy. Quad was about to be off the show. Well, here's what I will say. Hey, Miss Blackberry. Hey, Samantha. This is what I will say when it comes to Quad, though. Off the show or not off the show, she's been on the show for quite some time, and Phaedra ain't revived shit. Okay? Where's the revival? Phaedra ain't revived nothing. Okay? I don't be wanting the people to tell the truth. Just tell the truth, shame the devil. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Take everybody out. What did Phaedra revive? Can I ask y'all that? What did Phaedra revive at all? I mean, okay, how about we do this? Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like Phaedra revived Married to Medicine. Put a 2 in the chat if you believe she didn't. Do that for me. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe she revived Married to Medicine. Put a 2 in the chat if you do not believe she revived a thing. And put a 3 in the chat if you feel like she revived her career. Because she ain't revived nothing to me. Southern Ivy said 1. Interesting, Southern Ivy. Where's the revival at? Yeah, I think she did revive her career. Absolutely. And that's what you should do. You should be smart and revive your career. But she did not revive that show. And here's the thing. With Married to Medicine, because Married to Medicine is so strong People sat down on Married to Medicine for a very long time. Married to Medicine been good from season 1 on, right? I really feel like these ladies, when they do get together, they know how to give us a show. So saying that she revived it, I just don't see it. But again, her career, absolutely. Yeah, Married to Medicine has been consistent. Married to Medicine has been consistent. Of course, it lost a lot of viewers, I feel like, when it lost some viewers along the way, of course. But Married to Medicine has been consistent, so I don't think she revived nothing but her career, honey. And really, honestly, Married to Medicine ain't, I mean, I do think her being on Married to Medicine for 2 seasons did open that door for Housewives. I do believe that. I do believe that. And I also think Kandi not coming back on this season opened the door for her to get back on Housewives. And that's also why I feel like Kandi is so excited that she ain't on this season. It's because Phaedra is back. Let's just call a thing a thing. Anyway, I'm going to move on, honey. But I don't feel like she revived nothing but her career. Okay, so back to Safari and Erica. Again, I just feel like at this point, take us out the group chat. And Phaedra is smart. Phaedra is smart. I guess my only thing is the slow wasn't popping. I think Phaedra was needed. She does have a fan base, and I thought Phaedra and Heavenly were going to be adversaries. Southern Ivy, are we watching the same show? Are we watching the same show? If you talk to a lot of people, especially reality TV vets, they will tell you Married to Medicine is one of the best shows, one of the best reality shows that have aired. I don't think they get their flowers as they do deserve, because these women do clock in and they do work. You know what I'm saying? And then they got a real doctor. They're real doctors outside of the show. I feel like people have always sat down on Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine was good. I'm going to tell you, the only reason why I checked out of season 9 of Married to Medicine was because of the back and forth with contestant. I was not interested in that. I was not interested. So here's the thing, y'all. I'm not taking what Phaedra has done in reality TV away. Phaedra ain't got it like she used to have it. Call a thing a thing. I want y'all to be real about that. Call a thing a thing. Phaedra don't have what she used to have. Phaedra used to, people feel like she rehearsed her reads. But again, Phaedra, in my opinion, she don't got it like she used to. Right, and the Married to Medicine ladies, regardless of if they beefing or not, they do get together behind the scenes, and they come together, like they watch the debate together. You don't see a lot of these other folks doing that. They did a lot of things together that people sit down on Married to Medicine. When we were in the height of the George Floyd stuff, Married to Medicine went to Washington and to D.C. They did things that you don't see people doing. So I feel like Married to Medicine has always been there. Married to Medicine has always had it. Always had it. Always had it. Of course, there are people on the show that we may not feel, we may not like, but Married to Medicine has always been a very solid and good show. I think she does better on a standalone show when she doesn't need a storyline. I actually agree with you, Cheryl, because she had not one in Married to Medicine this past season. The only thing that we saw outside of Phaedra was her having a birthday party for her son. Besides that, what else did we see? What else did she give us? She didn't give us anything. Again, these women have clocked in, worked, whether we like them or not. They've clocked in and they've done their job. But they also thought it was going to be tea for us to bring Apollo onto the reunion. Why? 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 See, I'm not taking away from anybody what anybody did. I'm just saying in general, people sit down on Married to Medicine, and Married to Medicine has definitely done things that a lot of these other shows or a lot of these other people, they not doing. That was my point in bringing up the time of the George Floyd stuff and the pandemic stuff, was because they did actually step out of their comfort zone and did testing, did all that stuff. So, I mean, great that she went to D.C. Great. Great. We appreciate you, Phaedra. You know, but did Phaedra show the doctor boyfriend on Married to Medicine? Not at all. There was an emoji over his face. And the network wasn't finna play. Put that man on there. Because they did say that man was they said that man is an actual doctor. And I believe he was at Jackie's event. Jackie's birthday party, I believe. Elaine does not do anything but cause trouble between the other ladies. She sets little fires. I'm not even really like, again, I think people gonna like who they gonna like. You know, some people like Toya, some people don't like Toya. Some people like Heavenly, some people don't like him. I think they gonna like who they gonna like. I ain't even debating that. I'm not debating that. I'm debating that the fact that people have been sitting down on Married to Medicine when Married to Medicine has been one of the most authentic reality shows that we have seen. And I'll leave it right there. Absolutely, Fly Girl Speaks. That's all Phaedra did. Phaedra didn't even give us one-liners like Phaedra was known for giving us. So again, to me, she didn't do nothing. She didn't do nothing. But let's move on. To Safari. Safari, sir. I think at this point, you going back over there having sex with that girl, you know what that type of sex will do. That toxic type of sex. All that the girl is hopping over fences with ladders and stuff like that, girl. I want y'all to get somewhere and get some help too. Especially Erica. Definitely, ma'am, get you some help. Going around there to Zeus, it's only gonna get worse. I'm telling y'all that right now. It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse. I think the ladies wanted to mess with Phaedra and Apollo and his side chick, turned wife. Phaedra rightfully shut that down. She should have shut that man down from coming to the reunion because he didn't say nothing that we, like, oh my God, Apollo's here. Everybody was acting all shocked, like, for what? Who cares? That man wasn't even at his son's birthday party. I'm supposed to care because you sitting behind Phaedra as if you, girl, please. Girl, please. Read the latter. Did Erica bring it or find it? I have no clue. I'm pretty sure Erica had that in the back of her truck, though. Yeah, the both of them are toxic. Absolutely. They're both toxic. Absolutely. Absolutely. Why do people keep saying that that's Ken and Trish reunion look? Are y'all talking about what OMFG posted? That's not what their reunion look. That was posted on Tuesday or Wednesday. That's not their reunion look, y'all. Please don't be fooled. They posted that a day before the actual reunion. Now, if they wearing the same clothes, then, child. They both narcs. They both narcs. Yeah. No. I do not think that that's they reunion outfit because, again, that picture was posted on Ken's Instagram on like Tuesday. I think it was like either Monday or Tuesday, honey. It was the same day that he posted that picture of, or that video of her being at the airport with that blonde hair. Now, if that blonde hair is what she's going to have, it's a no for me. If that blonde hair is what she's going to have, it's a no for me, hon. It's a no. They got to stop playing with each other's emotions and leading each other on. Absolutely. And stop having sex. She looked like Wanda from Holiday Heart. Trish did. Trish looked like Wanda around there from Holiday Heart. Okay. All right. So I talked about Quad and Phaedra now. I talked about Married to Medicine ratings. I talked about Karen. I talked about... Oh, let's talk about let's talk about the bro chat, and then I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. So the bro chat. So in case if you guys do not know what the bro chat is, the bro chat is like a panel show that they have. It is with Mitch. Mitch is a pretty cool guy. It's Mitch, Victor, Tamar, and Damien. Okay, and so let me just set the record straight. So Damien apparently used to work for Carlos King and Kingdom Reign Productions. Okay, Broch has also done a sit down with Disney. This is when Disney was saying that she did not remember if Sunny paid for her backup dancers, etc. Okay, y'all remember that when they were talking about hair and makeup and all of the things? Basically, was saying that Sunny paid for all that stuff. She remember when she said she didn't remember Sunny paying for that stuff. Okay, so that is the bro chat. So the bro chat titles their video, Melody Shere checks Carlos King at Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion. Now, obviously, the only way that they would know would be something. Listening to the actual video, there's never a reference made that they know for sure that Mel checked Carlos at the reunion. Hopefully, Melody did check Carlos at the reunion because he keep playing on her top, pretending like he don't know certain stuff. And the fact that at the podcast, and then see, this is where I would eat him up, because at the podcast, you really use me to be a guest to pretend like you didn't hear nothing I had to say. Don't act like I ain't never got that before. No. If you listen to the video, they never made any inklings that they had any inside information. Once you listen to it. The title, I believe the title is to catch viewers. I really do. I believe the title is to catch viewers, and I'm actually not mad, because that's what you do for content, right? So I want you guys to listen to this. I was actually in there while it was premiering. It's about 18 minutes, guys. We're gonna hear a couple of them. They do go back and forth. They argue like an actual like a show. So we're gonna listen to what they had to say. Because I disagree with Damien. Okay, I disagree with Mitch. I partially agree with Tamar, and I wholly agree with Victor. Victor lets Martell and Carlos have it every single time, and I love that about Victor. So Victor, if you listening to me, Victor, please keep up the work. Stay on that peanut head man's head, okay? Do you hear me? Okay? They probably will edit it out. Thank you for making that. Yes, they probably will edit it out. Absolutely. But he definitely needs to be checked. All right, let's listen, guys. Uh-oh.
When it comes to Melody, I would understand. It doesn't know. I don't think she's in an environment where someone is receptive to her trauma. I think when it comes to women, there's that level of sensitivity that Carlos King's missing.
And I don't think Damien's going to be there. Production's not looking for him.
Y'all see how he just comes for me out of nowhere? It's insecurity.
I was just saying
you
something.
Can't stand that I worked on that show. I made credentials. Hold on. Let's get. No stunt.
Again, I told y'all Damien worked on Love and Marriage Huntsville. And again, they come at each other on this show like it's an actual show. They come for each other's opinions. I think it's cute. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think it's absolutely cute. But Damien, I couldn't be on there with you. Damien, I'll let you have it every week. Yeah, baby, I'll be fine before I even be high. Because I wear Damien out every week. Okay, so let me skip past some of this. All right.
I'm noticing that in Carlos King's caption, he thanks Huffington Post for acknowledging his creation. While Melody Shere gave Carlos the initial idea for a show, Carlos King's the one that brought it to our screens. Damien, working professionally with Love and Marriage Huntsville as a producer, do you see an issue with what Carlos King said in his caption?
No, and I feel like it's being taken more personal than what it really is. It is his creation, and you said that Melody brought him the show. They brought a home improvement type show to him. Her and her husband were going to rebuild homes or something like that. Carlos said, I specialize in ensemble. Do you have any friends? They casted the friends, and it turned into what I like to say, the Real Housewives of OWN. Well, I think he's right. It's his property. If you were to go sell Broch to MTV, it's their property now. You might be the executive producer, but you no longer own it unless you just got a special contract or something.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Victor, what do you think about this whole thing? I see your face.
Oh no, I mean, not me.
Oh yes,
So
the Angel Broch.
I actually agree. For once, I actually agree on this situation with Carlos King. I do think this is the messiest show on television, and I do think it's thanks to him for being a hot mess express in every aspect of the production, having the most kind of unprofessional conduct in the production of your network, speaking on YouTube and laughing about your cast members going to jail. I think you can see on the Love and Marriage DC, having a whole year where you're not telling anyone what to do and where they are and just having a break for absolutely no reason and no one knows what's going on. I think that's completely unprofessional. I think it's unprofessional that one of your producers ended up dating the man of someone that they were the story producer for after the show, and then you brought them back and gave them a platform. I think it is, a dumpster truck on fire. Rather than is it Carlos to credit, I think it's Carlos to fault. So that's how I look at it.
You think it's Carlos' fault, he said?
Yeah, it's a Hot Mess Express, the show. And he's laughing, giggling, and falling out of his chair when people are going to jail. And he's giggling about his cast members every week with Heavenly. I don't think that's...
Dubai took that long break, too. Maybe it was more of a network thing.
Boy, Damien, I would have to eat you up every time. And the thing about it is, tomorrow he be letting Victor. He be letting Damien have it. I think Victor made some extremely great points. But y'all remember when this article came out? I told y'all it starts from the top. When Mel mentioned, because they're going to bring this up, they're going to talk about Mel's TikTok as well, right? That article was not cute. And Carlos wanted to use that as a way to, be excited. Oh, my God, they said that this show is the messiest show. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay? Absolutely not. So, let's keep listening because it's going to be very interesting. It's going to get interesting. Let's keep going. Y'all. Oh, I know y'all bald-headed and ain't got good edges. Hit that like button. Stop playing with me.
Show took a break in the middle of the season.
It was
in the middle of the season.
They split it up.
I'm like, wait, what's going on? Because we see other shows come out every year or 6 months. What's happening? And the one thing that we did not do that I want to apologize publicly to the cast for, we did not inform them of what was going on because I was still figuring out what was going on at the same time. I apologize on behalf of, I'll just say me, it's my company, for not keeping y'all updated and feeling like you guys were the stepchildren of Huntsville.
Yeah, well, we felt like for that.
We had episode 9, and then 10 months later we got episode 10.
And they didn't intentionally split it up.
In the middle of the season.
But in episode 9, we had no clue what happened, and the cast members had no clue what happened.
Right.
But no one knew what happened.
Was that the Christmas party?
Yeah, that was Christmas party. But listen, Love and Marriage Huntsville is the #1 series on OWN.
That's a
And
low
I think,
bar.
no, I don't think it's a low bar. I think that there are individual bars, and success is success. And Victor, it shouldn't be minimized or treated as less. Success is success.
I'm sorry, y'all, but you can tell Victor do not be feeling Carlos at all. And it is a key to me. I like me some Victor. Do you hear me?
And I think that it should be celebrated, the fact that we're looking at Carlos, who's very passionate about his shows. He's fully invested in his cast, in his production, in his crew.
I don't agree.
And Carlos was celebrating a Huffington Post article on his Instagram
Messiness.
page.
On his
Instagram. Look,
But we can say Broch is messy.
Yeah, we are. We can get messy.
After what we just went through, right?
We can.
Damien. See, I don't like people like that. I'm sorry. So now you're going to bring in the fact that we all have a difference of opinion and call that messy. No, the only reason why we're sitting here talking about mess is because the original show that we're talking about, Love and Marriage Huntsville, is messy. And Carlicia is messy. Okay, let's call the thing a thing. I'm telling y'all, I'm here for Victor.
Pretty messy. But
Yeah, but if
well, let me finish.
wait, one second.
Victor,
But there's a difference between. But just to respond to that quickly.
You can't respond if you didn't hear what I said.
Not to Damien.
No, let me finish what I'm saying. Because the thing about it is, Carlos King is celebrating a Huffington Post article on his Instagram page, and I think it's just fine for him to say my creation. He didn't name any names and give that credit to Melody, but Victor, before you say your thing, Tamara, what do you think about it?
Well, I mean, I feel like at the same time, yeah, it is his show. He created the show, so it was his creation. I agree with Victor as well about it being the Hot Mess Express. I don't think Carlos King had his hands, the only one that's driving the truck here. I think that it goes from him and everyone else, like on the scenes, floating freelancers included. I just think that a lot of people, they play a portion of producing this show. I like the fact that Damien, he defends it as well, even though he's not working there anymore and they got rid of him. But I mean,
baby, you wish they got rid of me. Somebody better get Carlos on the line. Call the cast members, baby. Call the cast members. That's why you're.
Damien, what we calling the cast members for? What we calling the cast members to ask? When Damien said this, I thought this is crazy. What are we calling the cast members for? Calling the cast members for what? What are we calling the cast members for? Do we need to contact other producers on the show? Is that who we need to contact? Because other cast members, why don't the cast members know exactly what that happened with you if you on a production team? Interesting.
See, this is why he's really bad. Y'all see how he just comes to me out of nowhere? It's insecurity.
I was just saying
you can't stand that I worked on that show. You can't stand that myself. Wait, and Carlos, his post that he made, unlike you, he has credentials. He can post that. Mr. Put a tripod in your room and pose, and all of a sudden you're a supermodel. You're not. You're a loser and you're a hater. And you get on here and you hate on me every week because you're so envious and jealous that it's seeping from your pores, sweetheart.
Damien, in order to be envious and jealous of something, you have to still have it for somebody to be jealous of it. You got to still have it in order for somebody to be jealous of it. You no longer have it. So what is there exactly to be jealous or envious about? Okay. Okay.
Hey, you're just upset because Carlos King sent you out on the street. You
No, he didn't.
money or anything.
No, he did
on
not.
yourself.
So envious and jealous that it's seeping from your pores, sweetheart.
Hey, you're just upset because Carlos King sent you out on the street. You
No, he
no
didn't.
money or anything.
No,
to
he
put
did
on
not.
yourself. That's why you
No, he did not, sweetheart.
in shorts that were used from previous clients
But
ago.
you make
Like,
no
I just don't
sense,
think
Devon.
that
Devon, come on, you make no
forward.
sense.
So it's
Like,
like-
it's getting old.
Yeah.
It's tired.
Okay.
But that is what I do
You-
think about it. I love that he has his success for that show.
I'm sorry, y'all. I love you. Between Victor, tomorrow, he gives Damien a run for his money, honey. He said Carlos put him out on the street. Damien, also, sir, you can't read. You can't read because
Miss Express, you took accountability. He owned that show. He owns it on own.
Well, I have
Credentials,
Why are you
resume.
still talking? No one
Okay, hold on,
Resume,
hold on,
credentials.
let's get
No stunt queens over here, boo.
yes, let's get
I did
back.
not
Let's
cash
get
up you. You're still talking.
let's get back. Okay.
Thank you for your services right now.
All right, let's get back. Okay, Victor.
Oh yeah, but quickly, let me do a 2-in-1 real quick. So
A
Damien,
2-on-1 read?
no, 2-in-1.
okay. So this the Broch Chat show, guys, is literally it's all over YouTube and Instagram, and it's literally like what Fox Soul was, but they specifically talk about reality TV. And they pretty much go back and forth with their opinions. And sometimes they read. And that's what's happening. Damien is getting read down to the ground.
That's fine. Because there were two things that were said.
I'm ready.
Stop
Like,
getting
Wonder Woman.
red. Oh, Lord.
Whatever you
So I think, Damien, the distinction between Broch and us being messy as co-hosts on a panel versus a wide-scale production, I think it's one thing for cast members and people who appear on the screen to behave a way, but behind the screen and on production, I think there's a different code of ethic and professionalism when it comes to a wide-scale production. So I think that kind of would...
Thank you for saying that, Victor, because that's how I felt about Sonny. I felt about that from day one. Absolutely.
The distinction. Mitch, to respond to you and saying Carlos is really invested in being professional, looking after his castmates. I don't see that when he laughs when they go to jail. I don't see that when Love and Marriage DC has taken, a 10-month break between episodes and his cast members don't know what's going on. He hasn't contacted them. To me, that's not someone who's invested. He left them out to dry for 10 months and they returned. So I don't see that care and investment as much. I see him wanting to take credit when he could get the opportunity, and I think he took credit for the right article because messiness is the right thing he could take credit for.
Yeah. Well, listen, I think that if you compare Carlos King to, let's say, Andy Cohen is someone who's had a string of lawsuits from his cast, from members of his cast on his different shows on his reality stars, string of lawsuits directed at him. Carlos King has not experienced the intensity of backlash when it comes to legal action that Andy Cohen has experienced.
I don't think we can put all that on Carlos. I don't think he makes the sole decision.
But just to respond to the lawsuit thing before I get that, I think when it comes to lawsuits, again, as I've said before in this panel, it's alleged that the reason Carlos King isn't working as a producer for Bravo and that umbrella of networks under NBC is allegedly his involvement with spreading the Rapegate rumors for season 9 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I think the reason that Andy Cohen gets more backlash and gets more lawsuits is because he doesn't have shows like The Bold and the Bougie and the 5 Digits. I think when people actually watch your shows, the majority of them, or they're not cancelled after a few seasons, like the string of shows I think Carlos has, I think that's you're in a lesser position to get the backlash as maybe.
Victor, you ain't. I'm sorry. It's Victor's accent. Well, Victor be on here reading. Do y'all? Oh. Victor just snatched edges right there with that one. I'm gonna run that one back a little bit.
Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I think the reason that Andy Cohen gets more backlash and gets more lawsuits is because he doesn't have shows like The Bold and the Bougie and the 5 Digits. I think when people actually watch your shows, the majority of them, or they're not cancelled after a few seasons, like the string of shows I think Carlos has, I think that's you're in a lesser position to get the backlash as maybe Andy would.
Okay. Damien, what were you going to say?
No, I wanted to say this, that I've said this before up here, that even though I've had, worked for Carlos before, I've said that I didn't agree with Sonny coming on the show as a producer. I thought that was a bad move. I feel like it messed with the integrity of the show big time. I didn't agree with that. And I also feel like that there is a fine line with him being a producer and a creator and then being this on-screen commentator, and talking about the shows. I do think there's a fine line there that maybe one day the network might give him some sort of ultimatum. Hey, you can't do this if you're going to do this. So there are some things there that, maybe are a little questionable. You look at with a side eye, but I don't think he's responsible for all these things we're talking about.
Yeah, and I wanna say, Victor, I do have an issue with on Broch. You have repeatedly linked Carlos King and the rape rumors with Kandi and Phaedra. You've repeatedly made that comparison and repeatedly linked Carlos King to that. But I do want to just put the reminder out there that after season 9, Carlos King and Todd Tucker, they did a show together. They did a show together called Hollywood Divas.
The other
Well, okay, Mitch, I gotta get you together right there. Together right there, okay? All right, so Hollywood Divas it premiered October the 8th of 2014, okay? It had been in development for quite some time, okay? So your timeline doesn't really go because season 9 of the actual Housewives aired November the 6th of 2016, okay? So development time, about 2 years. Yeah, your timelines are off. But, I mean, go off, Mitch.
Executive producer. You know him as Candy Burns' new husband on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Todd Tucker.
Yeah.
And I think that if there was some issues with...
And I think what he actually meant was, maybe he could have been talking about BET Presents the Encore, which I feel like those were contracts that were written back some time ago. Again, a lot of these shows be in development for years, y'all. They be in development for years before we see them. It ain't just like, oh, you know, Hollywood Divas is getting ready to go. No, those shows be in development for years. So again, Mitch, you typically do good with your timelines and stuff, but this one is a bit off.
Candy and Carlos King, I'm pretty sure Candy would have had a big issue with Carlos and Todd working together if she had an impression or a feeling that Carlos had involvement with that. They would not have worked together if that was the case. So I think
I just disagree with that though, Mitch. I absolutely disagree with that because timelines mean a lot. Timelines mean a lot. And also too, you gotta think that after that debacle happened during season 9, there was like timelines just don't match. You know what I'm saying? Timelines just literally do not match. However, Candy and Carlos, they absolutely used to work together in the same office. So again, timeline wise, based off when these shows premiered and aired, that's not right.
It's an unsupported rumor.
That's not true.
It's an unsupported rumor what you put out there. I think that if Phaedra felt that, thought that, I'm pretty sure she would have said something about it. But I don't see Candy or Phaedra linking it to Carlos King, linking the rape rumor to Carlos King. I see you doing it.
Well, let me give you more clarity on that. So with the Carlos King situation, the allegations come from people within production, and within production specifically, if someone like Carlos King and it goes around and it's spreaded at the time that someone from the Bravo network, one of the producers, had involvement in there, that would make the network look bad. So it's Bravo's job not to address it directly and to try and hide it as much as possible. So I think Bravo did an effort to kind of conceal it as much as possible and not make the efforts to kind of conceal, to kind of ostracize him so apparent. Maybe not, they didn't discuss it with cast members or everyone, but that's what happens in these situations. So that you can't, if a producer does something bad, if someone does something bad in these bigger networks, they have to keep it quieter because they represent the integrity of the brand.
Kind of like where Tamar said Devon, my bad, that the people behind the scenes were getting abused, the producers and everybody was getting abused. You remember that rumor that you peddled, remember?
Were you
I don't know, you know so much about me, you tell me.
You don't work there no more.
Who was being abused?
He repeated it on this show, remember? Because I said be careful when you get hit with the defamation, baby.
You stated a lot of things.
And I meant to send it to Carlos's Instagram while you up here lying for clout.
You can send it if you want to send it. Otherwise, you have Carlos on the other side who is consistent. He uses and abuses most of his employees on camera and behind the camera. Most of the freelancers
So how do you know
that work
that?
for him no longer do anymore. So I said what I said. If you were being used, you're being used. Like I said,
No, you
get
said
used for your
abused.
services.
You didn't
get
say
out on the street.
used. Be careful of the word you use, sweetheart.
You
Clout.
can send it if you want to send it. Otherwise, you have Carlos on the other side who is consistent. He uses and abuses most of his employees on camera and behind the camera.
Damien, you literally read yourself. You don't even realize when you get up here, you read yourself, honey. You read yourself. The man did say use and abuse.
Now, how do you know that?
No longer do anymore. So I said what I said. If you were being used, you're being used. Like I said,
No, you
get
said
used for your
abused.
services.
You didn't
get out on the
say
street.
used. Be careful of the word you use, sweetheart.
You get used all of the time, and you're just trying to find something else to talk about because you got ate up. Be
Ate
quiet
up.
and sit
Baby,
there
you
and
couldn't eat
enjoy
me up
the
on your
show.
best Meet me on the runway.
It's okay.
I beat you here. I I beat you. Baby, look at me and look at you.
No age.
Now that's why you mad.
No age.
Look at me and look at you. I'm older than you and I still look younger and better than you, sweetheart.
Damien, you be trying. Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Messages. She's found some cryptic messages about toxic leadership. She says, when you're in a leadership position, you don't talk about your people. That's putting a check in your pocket.
But when you are in a leadership position, or so-called leadership position, or executive position, you don't talk about your people that's putting a check in your pocket. You don't. There are people who are on a path of self-destruction. Somebody said toxic leadership. That part.
Some people are linking that to Carlos, but she didn't name his name for sure. But I do know that Love and Marriage Huntsville, they're going to have their reunion coming up soon. And with Melody not promoting this Love and Marriage season, do you think Melody will show up to the Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion? And if she does, do you think that she's going to confront Carlos or just play it cool and go through the motions? Damien, what do you think?
She's gonna play.
You think tomorrow?
She wants a job. Yes, she's gonna play it cool. She's gonna go through emotions. She's gonna get her check so she can support her family, and she's gonna move on. I think that she was just being expressive. She stated how she felt, and that was that from there. I don't think that she's gonna actually leave. I hope she doesn't. But I truly think that she's very strong. She's strong-willed, and I think that she's a firecracker. She's tough, and she can definitely handle this. So I don't think she's going to miss that.
Damien, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with Devon on that. I think that at the end of the day, that Mel's gonna show up. She's gonna show up. I mean, why? That's her bread and butter, just like he said. She's gonna be there, and I think we're speculating at the end of the day. Everybody's speculating that she's not gonna show up because she's not posting. I just think she's in her feelings. You know, she can be a diva, so it just is what it is. I think she'll be there, front and center, right beside Carlos.
Right, and I don't think Daniel's going to be there. Production's not looking for him.
Yeah, you're right. I won't be there. But if I wanted to, I guarantee you I could. I got Angela Douglas' number in my phone. I got Brittany Smith's number in my phone. Baby, I can call them.
You have all of these numbers.
I do. And what you got?
You can't get a check.
I don't have to stunt and lie.
Hold on.
My baby hairs, yeah.
Okay. Well, Victor, if Melody does show up, do you think she's going to confront Carlos if she's there?
I don't know. Like, I understand if, she wouldn't show up. Carlos King didn't show up for Love and Marriage DC for 10 months and left them high and dry. So I would understand that. I also think that when it comes to Carlos King, especially when it comes to women issues specifically, we're talking about domestic abuse. We're talking about this man with how we're doing revenge porn. I do think there's some exploitation of that trauma he has. And I think when it comes to women, there's that level of sensitivity that Carlos King's missing. For example, with Sweetie from Married to Medicine, he was doing a recap with Heavenly, and Carlos King said she needs to be less worried about this and more worried about her eggs. So I think between how he's showing what's happening and those kind of abusive situations and revenge porn situations, when it comes to Melody, I would understand. I don't know if she's in an environment where someone is receptive to her trauma, and in reality TV, even though it's kind of a free-for-all and it can be a bit of a mess machine, I think at the same time there always needs to be those moral boundaries. And if you think you're in a place where your trauma is being exploited and there's not those resolves and it's happening season after season, we're going to see those same issues happen again and again. Next season she's going to come back, it's going to be intensified. The same thing with her relationship, it's going to get worse, and she's putting that trauma again and again and again. I don't know if that's healthy for her, so I understand where she's coming from.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Victor hit the nail on the head with that one. I'm gonna run that back. Victor absolutely hit the nail on the head with this one. He absolutely did. And we talked about that Sweet Tea thing. And see, what Mitch is not saying is that back when this happened, he was asked to take that post down. Now, if it was from Carlos King, I don't know specifically, but it was definitely from someone from Carlos King's team that asked him to take that post down. But, I mean, he didn't listen. The post is still up.
See, I think between...
Okay, hold on. Let me run it back.
Victor, if Melody does show up, do you think she's going to confront Carlos if she's there?
I don't know. Like, I understand if, she wouldn't show up. Carlos King didn't show up for Love and Marriage DC for 10 months and left them high and dry. So I would understand that. I also think that when it comes to Carlos King, especially when it comes to women issues specifically, we're talking about domestic abuse. We're talking about this man with how we're doing revenge porn. I do think there's some exploitation of that trauma he has. And I think when it comes to women, there's that level of sensitivity that Carlos King's missing. For example, with Sweetie from Married to Medicine, who was doing a recap with Heavenly, and Carlos King said she needs to be less worried about this and more worried about her eggs. So I think...
And y'all remember that situation, and then Carlos gave that gaslighting apology talking about, well, sorry that you felt that way. No, ain't no sorry that you felt that way. You said that, man. You said that, and you gotta own it when you're talking about a woman. Especially when you're talking about a woman trying to, which shouldn't really be coming out of your mouth, but especially when you're talking about a woman who can't conceive. Like, that's a sensitive topic. And I think everyone with good common sense knows that it is a very sensitive topic. So talk to a woman about them not being able to conceive or being anything surrounding that. It's a very sensitive topic, and it should never come out of your mouth. And the one thing that I found interesting about that, I said if it was somebody like me, I would be roasted all the way down to the ground for saying something like that. But because it's Carlos, we'll give it a pass. No, nah. That's one thing I won't give it a pass, because I felt like it was ugly. And y'all know how I kind of felt about Sweet Tea in the beginning, right? So for me, I think what your comment should have been was nothing related to that. It's not. That's not it. Another thing that I have to bring to y'all's attention too is with this whole Married to Medicine thing. Carlos sat on live with Heavenly and said that his shows would never do some of these things, but his show keeps a person employed who has been convicted for DV harassing communications. But you sat on that platform and said that your shows would never do this. But your shows have done worse. I mean, come on, let's call a thing, sir. Let's call a thing a thing. Hey, Shere Renee online. Hey, boo. Let's call a thing a thing. You sat on that platform with Heavenly and told Heavenly that your shows would never. Am I wrong? Did he say it? Who heard it? Because he said it on more than one occasion. Again, we would have never done this. We would have never done this. You've done worse. Again, we're going to go back, and I told y'all we're going to revisit that Carlos King and Mel interview prior to the podcast. There was a situation that Mel talked to Carlos then about. And he did the same thing he did at the podcast. Oh, my God, I had no clue. I did not even know. I had no clue. Please stop with that. I don't like people like that. Don't play like you don't know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Then, so everyone keeps saying Heavenly and Carlos has opinions, they have this, they have that. I'm not going to sit up here and say that I agree with what Carlos is doing. Because my thing is, when we were doing it on your shows before you came to this YouTube platform, you didn't really like it. Only for you to turn around and backdoor and do the very same thing that we've been doing. And you got mad because Simone called you a blogger, but that's what you doing, blogger work. Carlos always acts dumbfounded, like he doesn't know what's going on, and that irritates me. I couldn't even be friends with nobody like that. You're not finna play like you don't know what's going on. Please don't. Exactly. But, and I hate to bring her up, but even when it came to Kiki, when it came to Kiki's situation. You knew what the intentions were. Why not put up a disclaimer? Why not do these things to set it apart? Again, here we go with the sweet, I mean, not the sweet tea, with the Trish and Ken situation. The Trish and Ken situation, and in my opinion, they done for coming on the screen. And Trish ain't got no divorce in 5 years. But to me, the Trish and Ken situation and the Destiny, Sonny and Moses situation was a distraction because, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, you don't gotta like it, Carlos thought he was gonna have another season of Mel and Martell, and it didn't work out that way. The woman told you she can't film with him, she will not film with him, and now you have to figure out other things. And I think that you had to pull something up, and you thought that the audience was really going to be here for it. People that don't go up for Destiny, people that go up for Destiny, they're not here for it. It's a whack storyline. It is so whack. Here we have a woman talking about a man at this point who is not, and I'm not even going down that road of what Moses did, what blah, 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 blah. In my opinion, Moses should have been a man from the beginning. He should have cut off whatever things was done with Des. You should have cut that off, and we wouldn't have a reason to be where we are now. All around, it's crazy. And I'm also thinking, too, why do these people think Carlos have loyalty to you? That man went all the way to D.C. to tell them D.C. ladies that Sonny could not be on the show, nor could she be a producer again. It's not something you said amongst your Huntsville people. That's something that you went all the way to D.C. to say. And we think he really got loyalty to these folks? Tell me that to my face. And maybe he had told Sonny that. But that ain't what Sonny was saying. Yeah. And my thing is this too. If you had listened to anything Mel has said, there would definitely be some things that you would be saying about Martell, and you don't do it. You let Heavenly sit over there and say, when truth be told, you're continuing to defend this man. I'm telling y'all again, in my opinion, I agree with Victor on Carlos King. I absolutely do agree with him. And I also believe it starts at the top. Yeah.
Between how he's showing what's happening and those kind of abusive situations and the revenge porn situations, when it comes to Melody, I would understand. It doesn't know, I don't think she's in an environment where someone is receptive to her trauma, and in reality TV, even though it's kind of a free-for-all and it can be a bit of a mess machine, I think at the same time there always needs to be those moral boundaries. And if you think you're in a place where your trauma is being exploited and there's not those resolves, and it's happening season after season, we're going to see those same issues happen again and again. Next season she's going to come back, it's going to be intensified. The same thing with her relationship, it's going to get...
And Victor is so right. It's from season to season. From season to season, it is literally intensified when it comes to Mel and Martell. Because of the things that this man do off camera, some of the things that he do on camera. But it is literally that situation over and over again. And I actually agree. It does nothing but intensify from season to season. And you know another reason why it intensifies? Because these people don't get a break. Carlos don't give Huntsville no break. They shoot the reunion, and right now, they off work, but I guarantee you they're getting ready to start filming in the next 2 months. He don't give these people a break. He don't give them an opportunity to breathe. Give these people a bit of a break.
Worse gets worse and she's putting that trauma again and again and again. I don't know if that's healthy for her. So I understand where she's coming from.
Yeah, because, Carlos King is all about following the reality. So I hope that we learn the reality of Melody and Carlos's real relationship at that reunion. I think it may be the place for it to see Melody tell the truth about how she's really feeling, what she's really thinking, if there is an issue. If there's not, then I guess...
I agree with Mitch to an extent here, but then I don't. She already told that man down to the podcast what it was. She already told that man what it was in several interviews. So what's going to be the difference? Because we sitting next to each other? What's the difference? We were sitting next to each other at the podcast. And see, another thing why you always have to peep for CK, because here's the thing. Why did you bring Sonny and Moses out when your special guest that you were talking to was Mel? Why did you feel like that was a perfect place for you to bring out a producer who used to be on your show dating one of your cast members' exes? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Let's talk about it. Why was that a thing? You should have had a separate podcast and invited them on. And you knew you was being missed. Talking about it was a surprise for me. How was that a surprise for Mel? How? That wasn't no surprise, not like that. You said it was a surprise like it benefits her. That wasn't no surprise. Again, you should have had something separate for them people. You should have invited them like you be doing in podcast interviews. That's what you should have did. But then the moment that Mel is like, Mel also, in that moment, it wasn't necessarily that she was defending Destiny, but she did say like, hey, it seems like a conversation need to be had. It seems like this is deeper than, like, come on, man. Carlos, I see you. I see you. It's a lot of people that refuse to see Carlos's ways, but this ain't the first time. It unfortunately won't be the last time. Okay? And if we go back to his beginning days in reality TV, it's a pattern. That's just facts. So the blame could be on Mel. I agree. And he brought them out in the height of Melody explaining and expressing her feelings, and he brushed it off. And that's my point, Samantha. That's my point. And so you cannot get mad when people try to fill in the lines and see what exactly is going on with you. You can't be mad about that. Carlos is the set 'em up queen, and is. Even when Mel don't fool with people, she still defends what's right. I agree, because she defended what was right in that moment. And we know she was on good terms with Destiny. She even said it on the stage. Me and Destiny ain't friends. Me and Destiny not friends. Somebody tell me, somebody that's on Carlos King's side, tell me what was the reason for bringing Sonny and Moses out on that podcast. Tell me. Somebody tell me. Only to then go a few months later to go to D.C. and literally tell them women how much you don't see it for Sonny. Please tell me how any of that makes any logical sense. I just want to know. So, do somebody got an answer? I'm willing to hear it out. I'm willing to hear it out. And let's be very clear. Let's be very clear. It's not like Carlos King did not know that he was going to get some stuff down to the podcast because Martell had just gotten arrested for domestic violence, harassing communications. So I want y'all to tread carefully when you come with the response, because again, it makes absolutely no sense why you did that. Why not invite them to have a sit down with you by yourself. And honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth from what I think. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Carlos knew that the majority of the cast, I mean, not the cast, but the fans weren't feeling Sonny. Clock that T. Carlos knew that. Carlos knew that them people weren't really feeling her like that. Sonny, you better run as fast as you can too, girl, because you keep on. If Sonny come back for another season, Sonny will be less than smart. I see a lot of people saying, oh, and I don't care who don't like what I'm getting ready to say. A lot of people saying, that's what I was getting ready to get to, IPV. A lot of people saying, oh, well, y'all are being harsh on Sonny, this. I ain't being harsh on Sonny. Sonny shouldn't be in this position that she's in. And another thing I'm going to say is, Carlos is going to offer that girl a contract. You know why he going to offer her a contract? Because he can exploit her for the fact that Moses is in prison. Come on, bro. We're not going to sit up here and act like there's not a pattern of Carlos's behavior. We know exactly what's coming down the pipeline. Now, again, if Sonny decides to sign on that line, I don't feel bad for you at that point. Whatever happened to his live podcast after Mel? He did them. He did one with Tamar. He did one with Teresa Giudice. The only one that got canceled was the one with Tamara Judge and Teddy Mellencamp. Don't nobody care about them two? Don't nobody care about Tamara or Teddy Mellencamp. I agree. He used Sonny and Moses. Let me see. Okay, now tomorrow, y'all. His Carlos King. Since we're talking about Carlos King, that new show is supposed to air. The Reality with the King. But y'all, the first guest is Stormy. I actually told y'all that last week, and y'all weren't listening to me. Y'all never listen to me when it comes to this stuff. I be telling y'all. I told y'all before it even came out, but y'all don't be listening. So Sonny trusted Carlos. She didn't know the snake in him. It's a lot of people that trust Carlos, as we can see. But to act like you don't do nothing, that's a red flag right there. Sonny will be a fool to come back and she's pregnant right now. Is that why Mel is doing her No. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think TikTok planned it that way, but I just think it happened to fall on that day. I don't think it got nothing to do with that. And sidebar, I still don't believe the whole Sonny, Moses, and Destiny storyline, because when Sonny posted that pic, Destiny was posting, and congratulations, I'm not stupid. That is true. If Stormy is gone, stay gone. I think it's something with that right there too, but hey, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me, honey. Hold on. Where is it? Okay, hold on. Okay. So yeah, Reality with the King, honey. He's going to be talking with Stormy Steele, and they're going to be talking about his, they're going to be talking about that episode with the Galentines and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah. They are.
So y'all loved the eyeshadow. We have a TikTok live.
Mel is live.
Tomorrow from 12:30 to 8:30.
I'm going to go anyway, though, y'all. This is my show.
So dope. And wait till y'all see
Why is Stormy coming to review the episodes of a show that she says she doesn't watch? Just leave it. Child, we'll see. We'll see. I was trying to see. I think it's supposed to come on at the time that Huntsville would typically come on. Because, you know, Detroit is on a... What's the name? Detroit is on a hiatus right now. I agree that Sunny don't need to come back and she is fair game to critique. I agree. She is absolutely fair game to critique. But I stopped really speaking on Sunny in those ways because people were saying I was being extremely rude. And I really don't see where I was being rude. I've been consistent with Sunny, and I ain't dog walk Sunny like I do some of the other people. I've really given Sunny a lot of grace. I just peeped how she was prior to her coming on the show. Like, I felt the consistent... It's been consistent from day one, I'll put it that way. And I just do not believe that I have been rude and ugly or dismissive or anything like that. I've also said that that old boy needs to take full accountability. That's just, you know, I've been the same. I ain't changed up, baby. I ain't flipped. Is that what they say? They say we flip-floppers and stuff. Okay, y'all. Listen, it is $5 Fridays. Y'all bless the ketchup. $ Chef Don 2. I will be live a couple more times today. So I have some other stuff that I want to talk about as well. Okay? No, you were not. You gave her grace. Yeah, like, I really don't think I did even near about what these people saying. But, you know, I'll just take it a little light on her. Because I do got something to say about that blanket. But I'm going to just keep it to myself, honey. I'm going to keep it to myself anyway. With that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. All right? Y'all, do me a favor. If you are on the tickety of the talk, on the talk of the tick, and the tick and the talk, can y'all follow me on TikTok real quick, please? Thank y'all so much. Follow me over there on TikTok. I got to get to 1,000 followers before I'm able to do my live streams. So y'all meet me over there. And follow me, okay? All right, y'all. I am 1 minute late. So, with that being said, when you read about that blanket, do it in wonderful. I ain't gonna read about that blanket. I don't got nothing to say about that blanket. I might upload it in Patreon. Oh, you a member too. I probably put it on members only, but I won't say it publicly. I won't. All right, y'all. Hope y'all have a good Friday. Bye.